and welcome back to the channel. In this feature we're going to address the fearmongering that's going rife on social media at the moment, and even on mainstream media, about the flyby of an exocomet known as 3I Atlas. Some are stating it's an alien invasion, others that it's alien technology, but is it? So let's separate the fact from the fantasy. As 3I Atlas approaches our solar system, social media is doing its usual thing, spreading rumours, misinformation and, quite frankly, utter nonsense. Look at the selection of these posts that I've just grabbed in recent weeks. Impossible Sideview Images from the James Webb Telescope that it literally cannot see. Even fake NASA documents that are inaccurate. One post after another, just purely for clickbait and to gain the trust from the algorithm. In most cases, these people can't even spell. But before we start running for the hills or taking out huge loans and spending it and hoping never to repay it, let's take a look at the real facts and bring a little bit of calm to the chaos. According to the hype on social media, the dates given that the objects coming to Earth cites the months of October and November, with many headlines saying that alien ship is heading towards Earth and could arrive by November 2025. But how true is that exactly? Well, let's look at the data and see where the comet will actually be in October and November of this year. Okay, this is the data from a website called The Sky Live, which is fantastic and is tracking this object for us, doing all the calculations and the predictions of its trajectory based on the data it has available. So today we've set the date for the 1st of September, just to see where we are, and we'll just play this forward. So it gets very, very close to Mars at that point there. Maybe it's doing a little stop off, I don't know, drop off supplies, and it's going to carry on the plane now. We're into October, see the date there. One of the dates that's given, where it's going to be in its close approach to Earth, was the 21st of October. However, if we go to there we are on the 21st of October, you can very clearly see that it's nowhere near Earth. So, okay, we don't need to worry about that. How about November? Let's fast forward a whole month. So there we are in November, again nowhere near Earth. So the claim that it's approaching Earth or will arrive at Earth in October, go back a month, and November, is clearly wrong. And then we have these two gems. Unfortunately, social media is rife with these sort of scaremongering clickbait articles predicting that the asteroid is actually no more than a mothership that's going to come to annihilate us. These guys can't even spell. Let's allow the data to talk. Let's see where Earth actually is in relation to the comet as it passes. Now, from the website atlascomet.com, they've got a lovely graph for us to use to really see if we're in any danger of the Atlas comet actually colliding with Earth in any way, shape or form. So at the moment we've got a set date till the 1st of September 2025, and it gives you a nice distance there of 239 million miles away, just over, as you can see, and there it is in relation to the comet itself. Now if we go through the months, so now we want to go forwards, it gets closer and closer. Let's zoom in and bring this down. You can see now we're into October the 19th, now 26th of October, and you can clearly see that we are nowhere near Earth at all. So an October date is improbable. In fact, we're looking at over 217 million miles away, in fact. And as we keep going into November, we are now moving away, and it comes down to 177. I think the closest point it comes to Earth is, there we go, there's the actual marker there. That's the closest time it will come to Earth a staggering 167,277,668 miles away. In AU terms, that's around 1.7 to 1.8. And to remind us of what an AU unit is, it's basically the measure of the distance between the Sun and Earth, which is approximately 93 million miles away. So as we can see, this comet is coming nowhere near Earth. Let's rewind it through the dates and fly past. There's Mars' closest point, Venus' closest point, and then Earth. And after that, it disappears into the ether forever. There's also been reports that NASA may be covering up details. Well, I'm not one to believe everything that NASA says, and I do agree with Secure Team 10 that NASA stands for Never a Straight Answer. I don't really believe that this document that was supposed to be leaked on the dark web is an official NASA document. And how do I know that? It's relatively simple. The reference number is completely wrong. Charlie/2019 Yankee 4 is its subject. Unfortunately, it's not its correct classification. Its real number is actually Charlie/2025 November 1. So even that slight inconsistency would tell me that this is actually faked already, so I don't have a lot of faith that this is a genuine NASA document. But as usual, it's up to you what you think. Well, these two little gems are quite remarkable. They apparently show side view images of the comet itself. And as it says from UFO News, it's a real image. Of course. So how on earth could the James Webb Space Telescope take a picture of the side of the comet when it's so far away? To truly understand if the James Webb Space Telescope could do this, you'd have to see where it is in space. Is it outside of our solar system? Inside the solar system? Is it even in a position to really take a picture of the side of a comet which is millions of miles away? Well, spoiler alert, it can't. And here's why. Space is big. It's real big. So let's try and get an idea about where the James Webb Space Telescope actually sits within this huge expanse of space. As you see from this diagram, we have 5 different Lagranges, which are known as Lagrange points, so 1 to 5. The JWST sits within a stable area known as L2 or Lagrange point 2, and this is well within Mars's orbit. So in reality, the James Webb Telescope is just a cosmic stone's throw away compared to Mars. It sits well within inside Mars's orbit, trailing Earth at L2. So how on earth then could it be in a position to take a side image of a comet that it is hundreds of millions of miles away? The simple answer is it's not possible. Therefore, any image you see of a side image of this comet are false and made up. So where did the claims come from that this is an alien craft? Let's take a look at that.
All right, scientists are watching a newly discovered object in space. Most of those scientists agree it is a comet, but not all of those scientists.
Oh no, there's a Harvard scientist who believes he has
Cue
seen
the
proof
smug,
of alien
condescending
life
look.
before, and he suspects this object may not actually be a comet. WBZ's Courtney Cole spoke with him today. Courtney, he thinks it could be something alien.
And now we've certainly got your attention. He says there are clear signs that the supposed comet known as 31 Atlas could actually be an alien craft.
I think that when we have a blind date from a visitor from another star, all bets are off. We shouldn't assume anything.
Giving you something to think about, huh?
Oh, it certainly has. Like getting the name of the object right would be a good start. So let's look at our first persons of interest, and this is a group on Facebook called UFO News. Let's take a little more of a deep dive and really analyse the validity of this group. Is it just another bot? Is it just another misinformation group? Well, let's find out. So UFO News has over 19,000 members. It posts a large number of frightening articles. Images have been seen by Voyager apparently, NASA is in panic. This is the sun. Oh, is it? Okay, another massive UFO past Earth apparently that we never saw. Scientists suggest 7-mile wide object headed towards Earth. Okay, more, same headline. Here we go, same headline again and again and again. It just goes on and on and on of fear mongering. So I'm already suspecting that this is a misinformation group. And Win Nyack, if that's pronounced correctly, it seems to be a bit of a bot himself. So he's got a whole total of 4 friends apparently, even though he's posted thousands of posts, which is quite good going for a human being, I'd say. But look, he's apparently went here, he apparently studied at Davos City, he apparently lives in New York, he also says he's from Dallas, he's single, okay, there's his 3 little friends there, and this has nothing on this guy. This guy is not real, ladies and gentlemen. He's probably been used from someone's profile from Vietnam or somewhere like that, and it's a bot. It's simply a bot. So anything posted by bots into a fake group such as UFO News needs to be ignored. So as a reliable source of information, it's suspect and therefore ruled out. And I strongly recommend that you unsubscribe today. And I won't bore you with every single one, but I think I get the idea that they're all similar. There's no real people behind any of these posts, so therefore no real information can be verified. So let's quickly run through these charlatans. Latest UFO sightings, 274,000 members, and yet when you look into it, Sebastian Privet is the admin. Let's have a look at him, view profile, and look, nothing, 1 friend. Not a real person, not even a real image. What the fact, 65,000 followers. Again, lots of scaremongering, misinformation. Who's the admin? A couple of reviews speaking the truth. And you can't even find who the admin is for this. You seem to be hiding that. What the fact is a digital creator, organisation that manages this page. This person in the group is responsible for the page hasn't completed verification process yet. The extraterrestrial library, 209,000 followers. Same headlines. Again, no real creator for this, just another real creator. Changed his name in November 2023 and originates from India. Let's check out Eagle Wing videos, shall we? There's the NASA in panic headline. And it's one travel tree, but look at these posts. 2 minutes to go, NASA can't explain this. Terrifying, it's coming, it really isn't. We're in danger, the usual stuff. And there's a website here, let's go to the website. This company's got nothing to do with information about UFOs or science at all. Why is a company like this involved in misinformation? But we've got an email address to email, so I'm going to email them and we'll ask them for comment. I'll let you know how I get on with that. So as you can see, I think it's safe to say that they're 100% false information. And this one was in a league of his own. Since 2017, Professor Avi Loeb has positioned himself as the Galileo of our age, challenging orthodoxy with claims that alien technology may already have brushed past Earth. First came Oumuamua, a cigar-shaped interstellar object. Loeb argued it wasn't a rock, that it was a probe, a solar sail perhaps. Its strange acceleration and lack of cometary tail defied natural explanation, he said. Then came IM-1, a meteor that crashed into the Pacific Ocean in 2014. Loeb led a recovery mission retrieving metallic spherules rich in beryllium, lithium, lanthanum and uranium. He suggested there may be engineered fragments of alien technology. And of course, most recently, the 3i Atlas, another interstellar visitor. Loeb speculated it could be nuclear powered and points out its trajectory with the solar system is too precise to be random. These claims have fueled 2 best-selling books, Extraterrestrial, released in 2021, and Interstellar, released in 2023. Each sold widely, each wrapped in a allure of cosmic mystery. But the data tells a colder story. Experts from Oxford, NASA and beyond have dismissed Loeb's interpretations. The spherules, likely terrestrial. The trajectories, statistically rare but not impossible. The alien hypotheses, unfounded, unproven and, according to some, unscientific. Vile critique by Professor Dave labels Loeb a fraud, accusing him of cherry-picking data and bypassing peer review to sell books and not truth. And I think it'd be fair to say that Professor Dave really hates Loeb.
He doesn't go through peer review because he knows his claims are utter garbage. He doesn't care. He's a fraud now. He wants hype and book sales. When pressed, he claims he doesn't want spotlight or fame, but then he puts himself up in f***ing Times Square. Does this look like the behavior of someone who isn't aching for the spotlight to you?
And there's also a dark side to Avi Loeb. Listen to this.
Avi Loeb was recruited at 18 into Israel's elite Talpiot program, an intelligence incubator for top scientific minds, known for its ties to defense research and the Talpiot tomb. While studying physics and mathematics at Hebrew University, he simultaneously underwent military training, earning his PhD by age 24. From 1983 to 1988, Loeb led the first international project under Reagan's Strategic Defense Initiative, marking his early involvement with classified defense technologies. Though not officially linked to intelligence agencies today, Loeb is widely believed to hold dual security clearances. Israel, US, maintain active ties to defense circles, and advise on sensitive national security matters, especially concerning UAPs. Now a Harvard astrophysicist and member of the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology, Loeb heads the Galileo Project, searching for extraterrestrial tech. In 2024, he declared that the Messiah will be an alien, framing cosmic contact as a resolution to earthly conflicts, suggesting a fusion of prophetic timing, geopolitical strategy, and interstellar diplomacy.
So, what is Avi Loeb? A visionary daring to ask forbidden questions? Or a myth maker selling wonder in the guise of science? SEPI will remain neutral but vigilant, because in the search of truth, even the loudest signals must be filtered for noise. So, where does this leave us? Clearly, social media has been manipulated to spread fear into everyone's minds. With they're coming, it's an invasion, 142 days left, all this sort of fear-mongering, which is utter ridiculous. And as you've seen from the very quick research that I've done, it's very easy to tell that these groups are not even real, they're fake. So, as loath as I am to agree with NASA and the data is there, it exists. Even the website called freeeyeatlas.com is tracking the trajectory of the object itself. Now, if that object was then to deviate very quickly, then we've got a different issue. But right now, it's an exocomet and nothing more. So, I believe we need to calm down. There are lots of players in this game. Avi Loeb being one of those. Is he for real or isn't he? Now, one thing I will say is that I do agree with his argument that the science community needs to change. It absolutely does need to change, because if you're a scientist right now and you're listening to this video, I'm afraid to tell you that your medical friends have really destroyed the scientific community's reputation. And what could I be talking about? Something that happened in 2020 that has really lost the trust of the public to any scientist, which is unfair, but that's where we are. It wasn't us that decided to do gain of function research after all.
The FBI has for quite some time now assessed that the origins of the pandemic are most likely a potential lab incident in Wuhan.
So the purpose of this video is to call out those ridiculous groups on social media for what they really are. They are misinformation bots and nothing more. They're not even real people. So if you follow things like UFO News and Ancient Aliens, which is a Facebook group on there, probably nothing to do with the Ancient Aliens program itself, you need to unfollow those and do what I do, report them for misinformation. It's ridiculous. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We put a lot of effort into the research of the actual data. Now I'm only going to add something here, a caveat, a small caveat. The data that's been used is obviously from NASA and other scientific community outlets. So I'd only change my opinion on this being an exocomet to an alien ship should the trajectory change very rapidly and start heading to Earth, which at the moment, and as I've pointed out already, the closest approach will be 1.8 AU, which is around 167.5 million miles away from us. That's the closest approach it will be to us. We don't need to worry. So the question we need to ask ourselves is, why is this exocomet being used as a news article by legacy media and social media alike, spreading fear? Is it part of the Project Bluebeam agenda, or is it completely unrelated? I think Serge Monsat had something, and maybe what he's done is actually rewrite history for us. Maybe because of his research and his book, that maybe Project Bluebeam has now been scrapped, or maybe it really is the start of Project Bluebeam. So if you suddenly start seeing your Messiah in the sky, start hearing his voice in your head, and start seeing alien crafts flying around, I wouldn't panic. Stay firm, stay steady, because you are the future, and your kids deserve it. As ever, we can only present the evidence to you and you decide. So I hope it's been useful and helpful, and you deserve the truth and we demand it. And do me a favour, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're still trying to get that 500 mark. We're still at 301 as of today, which means we lost a subscriber recently. Something I said. Yeah, even just by subscribing, which is free, doesn't cost you anything, just takes you about 5 seconds of your time to do that, and it'll really support us and help us out a lot. And if you enjoy this content, please come back and watch the next one. This helps support us by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to this channel. We thank you for joining us for this episode, and be sure to look out for the next one.